Everyone. Happy Sunday. It's the 18th of May, so I am just over 2 weeks into Mania, and let me just tell you, my Mania plans have been derailed several times, but actually, it's really good because I'm going through projects that maybe are not right for me. Um, and then also, work this time of year is really, really busy. I'm sorry, my mascara is a little messed up, but that's okay. Work this time of year is really, really busy. We can be out in the community again. I was in Philly for 3 days. I was in Harrisburg for a 14-hour day. I'm going to Pittsburgh at the end of the month. And I knew that. I just wanted to do this anyway. So it's also my stitching. So I could do what I want. But everything is okay here. My church is closing in after this weekend. 2 more. No, 3 more. 25th, 2nd. I have 2 more regular weeks and then the big weekend of the closing. So I'm going to Mass today at the convent because it's the sisters some of them are celebrating their 50th Jubilee or their 60th Jubilee. But I went to Mass last night because I didn't want to miss a day in my church. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. But I also got the nativity cross stitches blessed, and then Steph gave me this beautiful rosary bracelet, so I had that blessed after Mass also. So that was good. It was all worth it. The priest was so cute with the nativity windows. He was holding it up. His mom was there, and he was like, "Look at that's the Sacred Heart window, and that's the nativity window, and that's this window." And I was like, "Oh, but they're just blobs of color." But he was so impressed because the Sacred Heart window has more red in the stained glass. And Jesus in the Sacred Heart, he has red on. So it was very sweet. So anyway, that was good. Mania continues. I have one small finish for you today, some whips and some abandoned projects. So I didn't know if I was going to film midway through, but I think otherwise it would just be really overwhelming. And there's so much to tell you, so I figured I would come on. So anyway, let's get to it. So my first finish, my only finish, is Wisteria Cottage, which I've just been calling Cottage. It's so cute. More stitching than I thought there was going to be. The back stitching was very easy and well worth it. There's a light blue that I ran out of, so I just kind of fudged it. So here's my finish. I think you can see it. Can you see that? So I think it's so pretty, and I'll fully finish that probably in June. I will say the back stitching really made it, and I hate to back stitch, so. I started that while I was in Philadelphia, and I think I got, I don't know, 20 stitches. So that is a finish. And I have to keep all the floss because apparently I have to make cording out of this mess. There's directions. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. So yeah, I have to make the roof and the base out of this, and then you sew it with the leftover thread, and then there's I find it highly unlikely that I'm going to make that tassel, but we'll see. And then I'm definitely not, I don't know, we'll see on what kind of mood I am when I decide to fully finish that. So that's done. And now that we're looking at let's look at an abandoned project. I was working on this morning. This is called Lucky Lotus, and it is so cute there. It's really pretty, and it is no matter what I do, it just looks terrible. So we're giving up on this. I'm gonna keep the felt. You never know when you might use it, but we're giving up. We're throwing this out. If anybody wants the pattern, let me know, I guess. Giving it up. So that's okay. You know, these are free patterns that came with Cross Stitcher magazine, and like I said, I really liked that. I love blue and white, but it just didn't work out for me. So that is a UFO. Next up, initially I was really good about making time to work on Agronoth, and then life got particularly crazy, and I forgot. I forgot about it. So now I'm a little panicked. So we're going to pick this back up downstairs. This will be because I worked on like the cottage one. I was just working on that in the mornings. I haven't had time to stitch in the evening for weeks between work and choir practice. And I see my spiritual director on Mondays. It's just been every night of the week I've been busy. So anyway, here's where this is. I'm close. I still have to fill in the rest of the clouds. Like you can see the white is in, but the color under it is not. So like I'm closer than I initially thought I was. I just need to buckle down and do it. So that's a this week problem. And at this point, I don't think I have to show you the picture of it because you can tell what it looks like, which is also good. I highly doubt it's going to be done for Father's Day framed. It'll be done for Father's Day, but not framed. I'm also kind of tempted to just take it to be framed when I take the 4 nativity pieces to be framed because that's going to cost a fortune. So what's another $40? It's fine. I'm going to have to budget in June for that, now that I say that out loud. Okay. Next, I picked up, none of these are in order. I have them in order in my planner. And you can see on the 13th, I did not stitch at all. That's why there's an X there. And that was supposed to be a new start day. I went to Harrisburg for Advocacy Day. So we met with we had volunteers go, and then staff was also there to meet with their local representatives, and both the House and the Senate. And we were advocating for a new law that would make home health aides have to do 4 hours of Alzheimer's and dementia training and then 2 hours of continuing education yearly. So it would become part of a certified home health aides training, which I didn't know it wasn't part of their training. And I guess intellectually I did because I hear horror stories a lot. So yeah, I don't think it should be hard to get that passed, but who knows? So we shall see. But anyway, I left at 5:30. It's a 2-hour drive. I had to be there for 8:30, but I wanted to be able to like go to the bathroom. It rained and the fog was so bad. Oh, the drive was terrible. And then it was pouring in Harrisburg. We ended up having to have like our big rally virtually because it was raining so bad that they couldn't have us outside. And then it rained all the way home, and it finally stopped raining, and I was like 20 minutes from getting off the highway, and there was a huge accident. Oh, it was awful. So I didn't get home until almost 7, and then the next day I was on the road again, and I had been on the road the Monday before. So it's just been a lot of like, and it's good, like having meetings outside the house and being on the road and seeing people in person and keeping my name and the Alzheimer's Association on top of people's minds. But also, I'm a girl who likes to be at home. Like, I like working from home, but my job is on the road. So anyway, all that to say, I did not stitch on the 13th. But I do have 2 finishes for Mania, so that's good. I was hoping to not leave Mania with a ton of new whips. And I think I'm actually going to get rid of a few. So anyway, this is next door. This was a gift also from Steph. And she and I are stitching this together. She got significantly farther than I did when she started it. All I had done was the border, which you can't see in this picture of it. I don't think I'm going to make mine into a pillow. I might do it into a stand-up just because I think you lose that border, and that border took me forever. And I'm loath to lose a border that took me forever to do. Steph sent me the floss as part of the gift. And it's all the called for, except for the letters are going to be in Silks for You PR 132 because Weeks Dye Works Island, whatever it's called for, was out. So I'm assuming that's very similar, and I really like it. I had about 20% of this done, and as of last night, I was 65% done, and I'm planning to stay up late and finish this today. I'm going to be done. All that's left is boysenberry, which is the red color, so to finish the flowers, and then the letters, and letters are pretty fast for me. So this is what I have done. And yesterday I had to put these 3 in and finish up the border. I had the tree trunk in, so then I put the leaves in and the start of all the flowers and whatever creature this is, peacock maybe, I don't know. So I have to finish that, finish the flowers, and then it's just the letters. So it's like 700 stitches, but I am going to be out of the house I'm leaving when I finish filming this, and I will not be back until probably 3. But then I was initially going to make a pork butt today, but because I'm going to have lunch with the nuns, my grandmother has leftovers. I'm home tomorrow, so I think I'm going to make that tomorrow. Nice big dinner. But we shall see. So yeah, that is next door, and that will be one whip off the list. And actually at the end, I will probably pause this and count up how many whips I'm looking to have, because that'll make me happy to know. Okay, so next up was another small, and this is my 2001, I almost said 1991, that was years ago. My 2001 Prairie Schooler Santa. As you know, I do 4 a year, so this has to be done by the end of June to stay on task. I worked on this for a couple days, but again, it didn't have much stitching time. This has new colors in it, DMC 646 and 3781. So I pulled 646, 3781. I don't know, it's in a project somewhere. So I just used one of the browns that I already have with my Prairie Schooler, because 3781 is a brown. So from, I think, 1984 to 2001, these are all of the colors. They're very messy, that have been used for my Prairie Schooler Santas. Because once they go in this bag, they just stay, because they usually reuse. Oh, and 738, it broke. So, now I guess you'd like to see it. I am using an 18 count Oatmeal Ada by Charles Craft. So you can see I got the outline of his jacket in, the tree branches in, his beard and hair are in. What I'm doing is, and then, so like this and this they're all half of pairs, because it's a partridge and a pear tree. I want you to know it took me a while to figure that out. Anyway, I'm going to finish all the colors, and then I'll just have the red left. I'm pretty close to that. I have to put in the other half of the pears. I have to put in the leaves. The other half of the partridge, because I had to pull that 646. But then really after that, it's all just red. It's just the jacket. So not bad. Definitely, I don't consider that at all a challenge to have that done by the end of June. But I was going to leave it out and work on it, but Agronoth forgot. Okay, so now a project that I have abandoned. Where is the pattern? Here it is. So I started this at the retreat in Myrtle Beach, where I started all of the things. And I do really like this pattern. It grew on me quite a bit. It is 2 snowy owls. Beautiful. I am using the called for sulky, and I've never used sulky before, so I very foolishly picked a 40 count. That was not a good choice. Decisions were made that cannot be unmade. It's a beautiful 40 count. It is by Millennial Fabrics, and it is called the color Dove, and the color is stunning. Like, I love this color. I want 86 more. I love it. It's just creamy enough with just a little hint of black, brown. I love it. And then I had this snowflake here and that done at the retreat. And the first snowflake I did in DMC Blanc because they did not have any more of the sulky white. And I think part of it was the retreat room, the light. There were several lights out, and one of the lights over our table was out. And I was like, I can't see it. Now, here at my house, I can actually see it just as much, really, as I can see the sulky white. So I ended up ordering the sulky white because I wasn't happy. And then I spent a Friday and the beginning part of a Saturday working on this, and it looked awful. My stitches were just like jammed together. So here it is. And it was not, so this wasn't great, but it was the white. I ripped half of it out. You can't really see it because we can't get close. But the white for the snowflake looked horrific. And I was like, not working. And I do really like this fabric, so I'm not gonna cut it. I'm gonna keep it, and I will use it for something else. I could put a medium to medium large project on this because it is 40 count. It's a big piece. So I would like to do this still. I have the sulkies. They're in their little container. I just need the right fabric. Please let me know below if you're watching this. Would you use 32 or 36 count with sulky? Or 16 or 14 count Aida? Or no, 16 or 18 count Aida. Math is hard. Because I really like this. Like that house, I love it. And the flowers at the bottom, like they're so good. So anyway, let me know. I am open to ideas. Or if you have a fabric that you think would be perfect, again, let me know. All right, next is 2 ducks. This also got a Saturday and Sunday. I think you saw the beginning of this, maybe, like the beginning of what I had worked on, but I could be wrong. So this is the whole project. And I am here. And I had really, really, really wanted to do something other than the border. But I was busy. So I did not. But I got a lot of the border done. Where I started, all that I had in was 2 of these X's. So this is, I'm using mostly the DMC conversion, and then I am using Under the Sea Fabrics Pomona 36 count. I thought it was 40, it's 36. Which is crazy because I definitely need a magnifier to see this. I think it's beautiful. I love it. I think it jumps off this fabric so well. Like, I mean, come on. Look at that. Oh, love it. I love the purple. It's supposed to be a brown, and I understand that it's brown because it's a farmyard, but I don't care. I love the purple. I love it. I don't usually love things that much, but I really, really like that purple. I don't really like purple. I actually have a kind of strong dislike for purple. But here we are. And then I have the floss in this lovely bag that they made in the store that I bought at the register specifically to put that floss in because it was purple. Sometimes I'm like that, guys. Okay, my next whip. So I've been trying to do a mix of smalls and larges, really based on how much time I had. So this was another, I feel like it was a weekday and a weekend day, but I could be wrong. So this is Frogwarts Year 2. My goal was to finish the green in the snake, which was like 1,000 stitches, and I did that. I'm using the DMC conversion, and honestly, even some of them that I have the fancy floss for in Pattern Keeper, it's just the DMC number, so then I forget and I just use the DMC. So there's the colors where we are right now. And then wait till you see how close to the edge of the fabric I am. But, so there it is. We are close over here, but that's all right. I've got like an inch and a half. I just obviously didn't center it. Look at how much room I have at the bottom. Like, oh well. So I still have a lot to do. There's a lot of stitches in these. I still have the entire Whomping Willow to do. And then all these small parts, and then the bottom there. So I've got a ways to go. It's highly unlikely I will get this done for July. I really wanted to start the third one on Harry Potter's birthday. We'll see. So this is not going to go away, but I have a couple new starts planned for June, so I should not keep starting things. But like, one of them's a commission-ish that I am not going to make enough money for, but I'm going to do it anyway because I am not good at saying no. So yeah, those are my whips. That's all the stitching I have to show you. I will say that I am going to pick up tomorrow Coffee Quaker for the 19th and 20th, and that is by Heartstring Sampler. I've had this kitted since 2020. I am using a 40 count R&R Stars Hollow, and I have a huge start on it. I mean, wow. Oh, look at how you can see my window through that. That's weird. Let me move. So, that's going to be next. And I'm using the called for floss. They're all coffee colors. So, that's a tomorrow problem. And then we'll see where the wind takes us. I'm home tomorrow, but I have spiritual direction in the evening. And I don't remember what I have Tuesday. So, we'll see. We'll see what I get done. I'm having a lot of fun with this. I would not want to stitch like this all the time because I do not feel like I'm getting enough done. I could see the argument for working on something Monday through Friday and then working on something else Saturday and Sunday where you have more time to stitch. But those 2 days during the week where I don't have much time, like, I just don't get a lot done. And I guess I do get a bit done when I'm just home, but I just haven't been home. I've been out 3 or 4 days a week, which is great. Anyway, so that's what's next. I still have three big whips to work on, and then I have a couple smalls. So like I said, we'll see where the wind takes us. I'll take smalls with me to Pittsburgh. I leave on a Wednesday morning at like 5:30. I have a work event in Lewisburg, and then I'll drive the rest of the way to Pittsburgh. I'm meeting a coworker for dinner. Thursday morning, I'm going to go to, it's a travel day. I'm going a day early because I already have an event halfway in between. So Thursday morning, I'm going to go to probably the Heinz History Center because it's close to where we're staying. And then I have to work, and then we have a work dinner. And then Friday, it's a retreat day, so we're together all day. And then we have dinner. And then Saturday morning, I'm going to see a coworker friend. And then I will drive home Saturday night. And then I'll go to church Sunday. And then the week will start again. At some point, I'm going to have to, like, cook and grocery shop. But that feels like a future Katie problem. But anyway, I hope you're all well. I love checking in with you. I hope that you're enjoying Mania as much as I am. It is a little manic. But anyway, I hope you're all well. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your comments. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for being here. I love checking in with you. I'll see you in 2 weeks.